Hi, thank you for joining me today for Breaking Barriers for Women in CTE, specifically manufacturing and welding. Working in the manufacturing and metal fabrication field, I've seen firsthand the struggle as a female in a still heavily male-dominated field. However, I have seen the tide shift and it gives me hope. I'm not currently teaching in a traditional teaching environment, so I chose to explore women in CTE as it hits closest to my own experiences. Some of the barriers that women are facing in CTE programs are proper career and course counseling. Now, I believe proper career counseling and course counseling really goes back to like a junior high level, following through high school and continuing on through community college and technical schools. Female students have a lack of female role models, mentors, and teachers. And unfortunately, this is still a big one, is sex-based harassment and overt discrimination against women. We have a big problem with marginal job placement assistance and low paying wages. And a major concern is an overall feeling that once you finish the program that you're going to have availability to find a good paying job. Some of the strategies that I think we need to move towards to help with gender equality is hiring more female instructors. Now, I know this is an obstacle because of the lack of CTE teachers in general, let alone female CTE teachers. So I suggest schools invite and encourage ongoing participation of female special guests and mentors to help work with students one-on-one. Even hiring more part-time teachers who work in the industry can help fill the gap for full-time available female teachers. I also think there's a huge positive when students see their teacher continuing to work in the field that they teach, and also developing mentor programs between students and female teachers. Encouraging peer support among students. Creating clubs and program activities that include everyone. Encourage teachers to participate and to help recruit into these activities. And even encourage instructor participation and maybe even require it in some circumstances. These activities can create bonds within students and future peers in the industry that they work and may create lifelong networking system for them. And I also will think it's very important to recognize that teachers that work in the industry, that can be a networking opportunity for that student, not only in school, but later down the road once they get into the field that they're actually studying. Networking is a really big deal. Networking with as many local manufacturing companies and keeping as many employment doors open for students as possible. Creating and maintaining relationships with these companies. Now, I know this is no easy task, and I believe it takes individual teachers reaching out and networking with companies who can participate in creating school-to-work opportunities. Work with other schools and programs. And maintain involvement with outside of industry-related clubs and events, like American Welding Society, for example. And this one's a really big one for me, and probably the one I'm most passionate about, is developing comprehensive apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship programs within companies that support and encourage gender equality. I think this is the future of CTE programs at a post-secondary level, and I hope to participate in helping programs like this become a reality for the next generation of students. If everyone is moving forward together, then success takes care of itself. Henry Ford. Some of the support that I've seen firsthand available is clubs and informational fairs. Tech hire programs and grant programs are available. The access is sometimes a little difficult to get to though, and there's limited networking opportunities for outside employers. And one of the most wonderful things that I see in programs like welding and manufacturing is cohorts within the program. There's some things that we could definitely be doing better. Better career counseling and additional training for advisors and teachers. One counselor that knows how to help students is just not enough, and I've seen this happen over and over again. Institution and full faculty support for clubs and networking programs. I think that there is sometimes big holes in networking opportunities that could really be flourished if they had more support. And access to all students to grant and job placement programs. We need more training for teachers focusing on equity and inclusion. Now, I know there's probably training already being done, but just like with the sexual harassment training with most companies that get done on a regular basis, I believe that those types of training should be an ongoing thing. We need funding for apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship programs. And the big dream, making the giant leap into a new workforce and education partnered with CTE. I believe creating successful apprenticeship programs can be one of the biggest ways to squash gender inequality in the schools and workplace. I believe with programs created to bridge the gap between traditional education and real world learning, that we can encourage not only more women into programs, but open more doors for students that are transgender, students with disabilities, and students who have English language barriers. Change is difficult, but as a society, we are forced more now than ever to look at education in a way that can empower and foster successful careers for all students, regardless of gender. Amid a major technological advancement in our world, it is time that we make bolder changes to education to support our rapidly changing future. I feel hopeful for the future of women in manufacturing workforce. I have seen firsthand the blurring of the supposed gender differences and the acceptance of women in the workplace. It has never been more important for our future to work together as educators and with the front lines of the companies that support our industrial world. Thank you for listening.